Brian, like last year, Coinbase went public. Now it's a part of Fortune 500. In retrospect, should have Coinbase gone public at all? And I'm not assuming anything with the question. It's just something I wanted to ask you as a founder. Having been through the whole journey and like given where it's at, is it something that you would have done if you had to go back in time and do it again?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's fair given the recent activity in the stock market where the market suddenly valued like free cash flow much higher than investing for growth and things like that. And um, I think there's a good argument to make that Coinbase is not really fully understood by public market investors yet. I think there's a small handful of public market investors who really understand what we're doing and what the company's about. And actually, for a long time, we were basically trading almost exactly 1-to-1 with Bitcoin, which just told us that maybe Wall Street was treating it as a way to get exposure to Bitcoin. But then it started trading like less than Bitcoin, and it didn't really make sense because overall our metrics, like we would gain share relative to other crypto companies in the quarter, but it would trade lower. So I don't think public market investors really fully have grokked, most of them, the company yet. But at the same time, I don't really regret going public. I think it was the right call. There's definitely benefits to it. I think it helped us with legitimacy. It helped us win a lot of new institutional clients. I mean, we're the largest institutional business out there for crypto, and many of them look to us as a public company that we have to pass higher control standards and audits and SEC approval and to get public and things like that. So I think that helped us a lot. There's a legitimacy angle to it to be the first public crypto company.
Right.
I can tell you that in this environment, it's certainly, the private market for crypto companies has had some really high valuations. We see these as well through Coinbase Ventures. And I think we were seeing investments happen from anywhere from 20 to 100x revenue type things. And Coinbase was trading as maybe 4 or 5x revenue or something. It's probably even less now. And so there's obviously this huge gap. And so where is the truth? It's somewhere in the middle, but we don't really know if it's 80-20 one way or 50-50. So that has made it more challenging for us to kind of go get some M&A deals done. I think there's still companies out there that are very willing to say, okay, what was our last 12 months revenue? What was Coinbase's last 12 months revenue? Let's just divide X over Y, and that's the percentage of company we want to own. Great. Those are great ways to do deals in an M&A environment where the price of the shares could be very volatile. You don't really know what it's going to be by the time the deal closes. So I think there's ways we can get that done. We have to be thoughtful about employee compensation too, because people come in and they get certain stock options and things like that, and of course, up and down. We always try to encourage employees not to think about the short term and what is the long term perspective, just like we think about crypto more broadly. So net, I would say, there has been some drawbacks to being a public company, but I would say net, it has still been positive. And I think this is a very temporary moment where we're gonna move through this, and it's not really gonna matter in 5 years at all. So yeah, we're always moving forward. I don't really care what the stock price is doing day to day, really.